Oh, they're at it again. Since the last video, he was in my city. Who does he think he is? Jake Paul, thinking he can come onto my territory after I slagged him off. That is not a man that you want to look like, unless you're like 10 years old like all of his fans. Yes, mate, we're starting YouTube beef. Jake Paul, come on, come at me. It's not acceptable. I saw that fight as well. Nothing impressive, Jake. I'll fight you. Come to where I live. Come to Alty swimming baths. Jose was getting all philosophical in a press conference recently.
As an example, a girl says, the truth is in the hole. It's always in the hole that you find the truth.
I don't like this, Jose. I liked it when he just shouted respect over and over again. I like repetition.
Respect, man, respect.
It's easy for me to understand, I get that. Good performance and a good win against Burnley though, wasn't it? A Belgian getting both goals in the Brexit capital of the UK. 2 for Rom. And on social media, the response was very much all about togetherness. So that was on the pitch, off the pitch, or slightly above the pitch. There was something going on in the skies, wasn't there? Yep, another plane banner, but it was an anti-Ed Woodward banner. A few things that I find slightly weird about this. The whole concept of plane banners I find slightly embarrassing. Just not classy at all. And we're supposed to be Man United, you know, we're supposed to have a bit of class about us. That's including the fans as well. And I do agree with the sentiment, you know, I couldn't kind of understand what they're going on about and how Ed Woodward has literally turned us into just what is purely a business, where the business comes before what actually happens on the pitch. Also, if you're going to do a plain banner about Ed Woodward, surely like the Glazers have to be involved in the banner as well. You know what I mean? How can you have a go at one but not the other? You know what, actually, I'm slagging off plain banners here, but sometimes they do actually work, don't they? Did see the pink kit in action, though, for the first time. Not sure what I think about a pink kit. I'm not wearing a pink kit. I'm not a woman. I'm not a woman. That is fragile masculinity if ever I've seen it. Another big talking point from the Burnley game, of course, Marcus Rashford's red card. Now, obviously, I don't think Marcus Rashford was right to react in the way that he did do. However, he could have reacted a hell of a lot worse. And if what Marcus did was warranting a red card, then what Bardsley did was surely a lot worse in the first place by kicking him down. But essentially, that was Bardsley just using his experience, knowing that he could take advantage of that situation to get another player sent off. It's a little bit dirty, but it's what's to be expected in today's game, and Rashford needs to prepare himself for times like that throughout his career, because it's not the last time it's going to happen. Just noticed this tweet from Brentford as well the other day. I admire the pun. I like the pun. What kind of ship gets you £5 off a home league match tickets, a membership? Yeah, I like that. I just noticed the picture that they've put on. They've watermarked it. Why have they watermarked it? Who's nicking that picture? The new FIFA's coming up, so Jesse Lingard's on Instagram doing his best to get his rating pumped up.
Telling you something now, yeah? FIFA, need to up my physicality to 99, and they need to up my pace to 84. No, actually, 95. You know why? Because I'm rapid. And I swear, I'm probably faster than...
Did he cut out the bit where he just ran into the maid? Because you can imagine that would have happened at some point. Could you imagine being in a hotel, leaving your room and just seeing Jesse Lingard sprint past for no apparent reason? It's that kind of quality, A-star content which has earned him this award. And according to this journalist on Twitter, this is a brilliant story, this. Didier Drogba asked his son who his favourite player was, expecting him to say, obviously you, daddy. Yeah, he responded with Jesse Lingard. Brilliant. We've all got that mate, haven't we, who always like copies our social media posts, but like never quite as well as we've done it. Looking at you, Marwan. And really, the big story of this season so far for Man United, I think, has been the revival of Luke Shaw. He's in the international squad, playing for England. Amazing achievement for him, considering. And you know what? I guess, I don't know, I feel like I kind of need to maybe slightly apologise to Luke Shaw, because I gave him more stick than anyone during the summer. And I couldn't really foresee a way that Luke Shaw was going to turn that back around and get his fitness back. But lo and behold, he's done it. And when he's played for United over the last few years as well, when he's actually been on the pitch, if you ignore everything that's happening off it, I actually think he's been more impressive than Jose has given him credit for at times. I think he's been one of our only left-backs who actually does play like a left-back. and he's playing like that this season as well. It is still early doors yet, and obviously Luke Shaw needs to keep his concentration, keep his fitness levels, and you know, if a little injury, a little setback comes at him this season, he needs to make sure he's got the mentality to come straight back from it, which he's proven he blatantly does do. So yeah, sort of a half apology to Luke Shaw, but we'll wait and see. Keep proving me wrong, Luke. And then we've got Dave doing Dave things. Mata absolutely loving it in the comments, and Asensio not so much. That comment actually literally translates to, sorry for you, teach the other shots. So I do that. I post when I've had a good day at work, hoping my boss sees it. Lindelof, happy to be back with the national team. To bet he is, it's the only time he's ever any good. Joking! Joking! Matic is completing his recovery from injury as well with the Serbia squad. Paul Pogba showing off his throwback Predator boots. I think for everyone who was around in 1998 will remember that if you had Predator boots, you were essentially the coolest person in your school. I remember 1998 very well. Very well. I was about 3. And Mason Greenwood continuing his impressive progression, scored a goal for the under-18s. And for the under-19s, Angel Gomez managed to bag one as well. Speaking of Angel Gomez, he played for the under-23s recently on his birthday and managed to score a goal as well, playing against Stoke. Another thing to note from that game, Diogo Dalot's first time in a Manchester United shirt. Very exciting. I know some of you guys have been asking us to cover the women's team a little bit more, so here you go. They played their first home game of the season very recently. A very big crowd too, nearly 5,000 there. Big crowd for a women's game, that. And Marcus Rojo continues his return from injury. Here he is training with the first team. It's like I said on the last This Week at Man United, actually. It's good to have Marcus Rojo back. I mean, at the minute, when United's defence is a little bit of a mess, we really need that calm, composed, consistent presence. Away from footy, here's Fred looking suave as with the missus. And I know we're all probably annoyed with seeing back-to-school photos on Facebook of everyone's little sprogs, but here's Antonio Valencia getting involved. And my favourite thing about back-to-school photos are the fact that you can always see who has the nicest house based on their doorway. Valencia has an archway! No beating that. Wadded. I mean, obviously we love Eric Cantona, but it's good to see we're not the only ones. Gregory van der Wiel here looking cool as paying his respects to the king. Speaking of Eric, he's got a game for you. What's he spelling in midair? Something a little bit more serious, a good message behind this from Eric Cantona. He's posted a picture of himself in a Nike hoodie and he's put, "I'm wearing Nike now more than ever." And if anyone's really annoyed at that post, then, you know, just calm down, snowflakes. Calm down. Patrice Evra and animal videos. What more do you need?
Here we go again. Come on, baby, come on. I told you Juju didn't do anything. So relax. Oh my God, you're acting weird. Everyone is looking at us now.
Better than Attenborough. I want Patrice Evra doing Life on Earth. Andy Cole has quoted an article here where they basically took transfer fees from the past and then inflated them to modern day standards. Apparently, his fee in 1995, 6.4 million that brought into United from Newcastle, nowadays would actually have been about £91.2 million. By that very same logic, Dwight York apparently only worth 81. Honestly, some Lingard posts, I'm not sure whether it's an in-joke or it's something that I'm too old to get. Like, I think this might be that. He's just put, "You're right, you okay?" I'm guessing that has a meaning. Does someone want to tell me in the comments? Great, cheers. And it's now 447 days since Phil Jones last posted on Instagram. I have a feeling that that would really help the views of these videos if Phil Jones started posting again. Come back, Phil. I need you. Phil Jones. Do you love me? Right, that has been This Week at Man United. If you see anything daft, wonderful, ridiculous on social media in the next week, make sure you send it to us at FullTimeDEVILS on Twitter or at radio_Gaz to get me personally as well. Or let us know in the comments below on this video. I'll catch you next time. All right, see you in a bit. Laters. I'm not a woman, not got tits. I'm not a woman. Can I say getting all philosophical? Up Burnley. No? Okay. No. I mean, no, not we. Not we. F*** we. we. No, yeah. Did you know that it is actually currently the golden age of radio in Africa? Because Howson and Macaulay are definitely shit. Definitely. I know what Predator boots are. You can Photoshop a picture of me as a baby if you want. I like repetition, like a toddler. He's this guy on Instagram who just goes around with loads of animals and has a laugh with them. It's very wholesome content. They're goats. Of course they're goats. What you on about? Oh yeah, he's hashtag sheep.